What Every Man Needs from His Wife. This was actually a title that is suggested, and I'm happy to speak about it. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and the foundation is nonprofit. We're here to serve you. If you have a detailed question you'd like to send in, it's a free service. You can write to our counselors and they'll give you an answer. And it won't be like the one I'm going to give you now, because it'll be more tailored. So this question of what every man needs from his wife is a really good question for both wives and husbands. Typically, the question comes from a wife who's feeling a little bit insecure in her marriage. And she wants to know, what is it that my husband actually wants? What does he need? So we're going to address this. We're going to address it sort of in a big picture way, meaning, what do men in general want from their wives? And we're also going to address it in more detail. And I'm not even going to bother telling you what typical therapists would suggest, because they don't really understand marriage. I'll be honest with you. That I used to be a divorce mediator, so I used to get clients, they were all referred to me by therapists, by marriage therapists, who couldn't help them. So there's a body of knowledge in marriage. We don't even know about that. We don't learn about that. And even the diverse number of premarital education courses that you take, or meeting with someone, really doesn't get into the reality that you need to be educated about marriage. Marriage is sort of complex. And this question in particular is a very, very important question to ask. It's a great question to ask, because it drives at what's missing in most marriages: a game plan. By asking the question, you have a game plan. The answer provides a game plan. What do men need in their marriage? The wife goes, I will do this and this and this to give my husband what he wants. Now, in our world today, let's be honest, most people don't care about what other people want. But in marriage, if you want it to be successful, and who doesn't, should be the highest priority, is to take care of your spouse. If you're the husband and you're asking this question just to see if you're on track, it doesn't matter. You should be thinking about what our wives need. What does your wife need? Now, what do husbands need? So let's go back to the question and ask another question. Not a follow-up, but the original question should be, why did your husband get married? Why did you get married if you're the wife? Why does everyone get married? Most of us don't think about it. We're not educated about this in our school system or at home. So most people, when you ask that question, why did you get married? They say, well, I found the person I love. No, I'm not asking that. Why get married at all? Well, that's what you do. That's usually, literally, because in my practice, I always ask that question. Literally, most people get married because it's what you do. It's not a really good reason to get married, but subconsciously, everybody gets married for the same reason: to be happier. And how do you achieve that? What kind of happiness are you talking about? Because if you're looking for material happiness, then you should get an amazing job so you could accumulate wealth, so you could get the things that you want. But marriage is a spiritual proposition. Marriage is all about love. Love, by definition, is spiritual. You can't touch it. You can't see it, taste it, blah, blah, blah. It's spiritual. Now, a therapist, I mentioned them before, will tell you that love is an abstract thought. It's an emotion. No, it's not an emotion. It's certainly not an abstract thought. Abstract means it's just nebulous, it's created. An emotion is a part of the mind. But you know you have a heart. Everyone does. You're a soul. Of course you have a heart. And what do you feel? Love. What is the one thing that you would trade anything for? Is that feeling of love. Unconditional love is the most glorious form of love because there are no strings attached. And when you got married, when your spouse got married, they may not have said so consciously. They may not have even thought so consciously. But they were looking for this container. I call it the sacred space of marriage, in which they and you can experience unconditional love. You can give it and receive it without inhibition. A lot of people have come down to the proposition that you can do that with sex. And sure, you can have sex in your marriage, but sex without love is purely material. It doesn't reach the standard that brings the joy, the unbelievable, ever-increasing happiness that is attainable in marriage. So here's the question and here's the answer. The question is, what do most husbands want in their marriage? And the answer, two parts. One, they want to experience unconditional love. And you can help provide that. And two, they want experience incredible happiness. When you get married, the reasonable expectations and goals should be for ever increasing happiness, and I mean on a daily basis, and ever expanding love, again on a daily basis. Those are the two reasons why we all get married, and that's what men are seeking in their marriage. If yours isn't delivering, it's not your fault. We're not educated to do that. My first two books are all about sort of the standards that one should anticipate, expect, and move towards in marriage. Both Breaking the Cycle and Lessons for a Happy Marriage go into detail about what you should and shouldn't expect, how to achieve it, how to do it. Now, if you're searching this particular title, then your marriage probably isn't in deep trouble. If it were, then you would need one of the courses that we have, which pushes you right onto the path towards a successful marriage. But that isn't what you need. For sure, you should be signing up for this channel so that you can learn as much as you can about marriage. Learn and apply. That's what you should be doing. Marriage is a system that has certain mechanical aspects to it that you need to learn about to put it all together to have a great marriage. So subscribe, learn about marriage, and expect an amazing marriage. Do not expect anything less. And if you're not getting it, don't leave your marriage. Learn how to make your marriage amazing, because that's what it should be. That's what I'm here to tell you. All right. Blessings to you and your spouse, and take care.